All right, so in order for you to take off the front motor mount of a 2004 Chevy Classic, you need to go from the top and remove the 18 millimeter bolts. There's going to be two, one on the top, one on the bottom, right? I'm going to show you how that looks. It's going to be like that, one on top, one on the bottom. So once you remove that, stop right there. Make sure to place something under the car, jack it up just a little bit, and just so the engine doesn't fall, or for whatever reason, jack that. Next, all right, so now that you're done removing the top and the bottom bolt, then you're gonna have to remove 3 more bolts. The 3 more bolts that you're gonna remove are the ones in the bottom. They're gonna be the same size, 18 millimeter. Once you remove that, then you're gonna be able to remove this 18 millimeter bolt. Of course, you're not gonna do it with your hand, but you're gonna do it with the nut, the bolt, whatever, the wrench. All right, and don't worry about it because it already has a locking mechanism, so you don't need to hold it over here. All right, so once you're done doing that, you're gonna tighten it up just a little bit so it has play in it, right? Once you place it under the car, you're gonna put the 3 bolts right back in, hold the motor mount bracket in place, and since this is able to move, you're going to be able to have a little bit more wiggle room to place the bolts inside, right? So don't tighten down all the way the bolts because you may need to have a little play for you to move up and down and get the 2 top bolts aligned. All right, you guys? All right. All right, you guys. Have a good one. God bless. Stay safe. All right, you guys. So I just cleaned out the bolts. I placed the bolts in right here, put the miles, the date of when it's going to be changed. Well, it's today. Oh, shoot. Where's my watch? Fuck. Okay, I lost my watch. Whatever. All right. I cleaned the bolt with this drill. And then as I pressed the drill, I held the bolt on, whatever. All right, cool. All right, let me show you what I'm talking about. So basically, what you're going to need to do is grab this sucker. Let's see. I'm just gonna place the phone down from here, and I hope it gets what I'm doing. All right, I'm placed it right there. I'm gonna grab this sucker. Oh, shoot. Wait, actually, give me a second. Give me a second. I'm gonna be right back and try to clean the top of this so it has a good mating surface. One second, guys. Let's see if it shows. All right. So from this opening, I'm gonna put the engine mount in. Oh fuck. All right. Move it, tilt it. Oh, damn. Okay, I did it. It's in. We're gonna adjust it and move it until we find the sweet spot. But basically, once we moved it there, then we start putting in the 3 bolts that go underneath. But of course, you're gonna have to move it in the direction just so you're gonna have to adjust it properly. All right, I'll be right back. 1 second. All right, so to get this bottom screw in, what you need to do is put this screw in. Of course, not tight. This is barely tight. You know, just screw it in. I could loosen it with my fingers, shit. But put that in. Once that's in, then you're able to thread it. Really difficult by hand. It's gonna be very difficult for you to thread it by hand. And of course, while you're still at the bottom, give me a fucking second. God damn. These screws are still not fully seated or fully in. All right. Give me 1 second. God damn. So, yeah. I had to drop this just a little bit, the jack, And yeah. All right, give me a second. Let me get this bolted in. Once these two are bolted in, more or less, I'll drop the jack all the way down, and then I'll tighten everything up. All right. So the way I ended up doing this was, well, placing it back in. I screwed the top bolt in just a little bit, threaded it in, so the bolt's still protruding out of the motor mount bracket. From there, I went to the bottom and I screwed in all 3 screws into the bottom of the motor mount bracket. Of course, just threaded them in. From there, I got the top, this top bolt, and I threaded it all the way in until it barely touched the engine block, right? So barely touched it. Then I went to the bottom. This was the most difficult. You got to twist it in. Once I twist it in almost all the way, literally it's going to be so easy for you to twist it all the way in. You're good. You get the ratchet and you tighten it, and then you tighten it. I'm not talking about full on tighten. I'm just saying tighten it. Once you have tightened it, that's when you go to the bottom, release the jack, and drop the engine or the subframe, whatever, not the subframe, but you know, the engine, the support bracket, whatever you want to call it. Once you're done doing that, that's when you go under the car and you start tightening up these 3 bolts. Then you could, you know, tighten the weight. I don't know the torque specifications. I just tightened them when I felt enough tightness where I'm like, that's too tight, I'm not going to do anything else. Once I'm done doing that, that's when I'm still on the bottom. Okay, there you go. You see that? That's the bolt, or yeah, that's the bolt. I'm still on the bottom. As I'm on the bottom, laying down, then that's when I use my big ass breaker bar to tighten up the fucking nut. But yeah, that's about it. It's not that bad of a job. So I have already done this one. Now, oh, and this one, the last 2 that I need to do is going to be the one on the transmission and one on the driver's side axle. The one on the transmission, I'll show you guys. Oh, shit, I forgot. So, it's going to be right there. That's the one on the transmission. The one on the driver axle, or whatever. God damn. You want to call it? Give me a second. I'm trying to look for it before I even try to show you guys. I know it's going to be underneath here. Oh, there you go. See that big ass thing I'm looking at? Oh, there you go. Bam. See if I get this thing to focus. There you go. 1, 2, then that big ass circle thing. I'm gonna see how I could get to that, but that's gonna be for another day. I'm gonna be replacing these one by one, so I don't get anxious or mad doing this job, because fucking working on American cars are hard as shit. Fuck. But I wish you guys the best, and that's how you're gonna change the front motor mount next to the radiator. So before I leave, I'm gonna show you guys one last time how to even goddamn do this. All right, first you're gonna take this off. Bam, take it off. Next, you're gonna loosen, as I was, stop right there. First, you're gonna put the jack underneath, jack it, 1, 2, that's it, leave it there. You're gonna loosen these up, and actually you're gonna take these off. Once you're done taking these off, that's when you take the bottom 3 bolts off. And once you take the bottom 3 bolts off, you're able to move the bracket. You move the bracket through here, you take it out, and then that's when you undo. Then that's when you undo this bolt while it's still in the bracket, and you're good to go. And also, is the old ass one. But yeah, all right. I wish everybody the best, and keep on wrenching, and don't let a mechanic, you know, touch your vehicle, because they'll rip you off, you know. But I hope you guys the best. God bless, and have a great one.